In the rugged coal country of Pennsylvania lives a man who commands a billion-dollar empire from a dusty Toyota Camry with crumpled papers scattering across the floorboards daily. Dick Yuengling is the fifth-generation owner of America's oldest continuously operating brewery, which has survived fire and prohibition. Please comment legacy if you value the bonds of unity. The strategic philosophy of the Yuengling dynasty is rooted in a stubborn rejection of modern corporate orthodoxy and debt. While competitors chased national trends through aggressive debt cycles, the family focused on deep regional loyalty and operational thrift. They reframed the brewing industry as a generational survival game where ownership is not a gift but a purchased responsibility. This Germanic ethic of earning one's place in the family business contradicts the mainstream concept of effortless dynastic wealth. By requiring each generation to buy the company at full market value, they ensure that the leader remains disciplined. Only those who have sacrificed their own capital and time are permitted to hold the keys to this historic empire. Reframing the business meant understanding that they were not selling mere beverage products, but a piece of American industrial history. They focused on the thirsty miners who built Pennsylvania and leveraged that authenticity into a unique brand of regional prestige. In an era of light-watery commodities, Yuengling remained a symbol of tradition and resilience for the working-class consumer. This soul of the company is defined by its independence. No consultants or corporate boards dictate the strategic direction here. Dick Yuengling makes every major decision based on gut instinct and historical continuity rather than quarterly earnings pressure or vanity. This total autonomy allows for the long-term compounding of capital that remains entirely shielded from the public market gaze. While other families diluted their power to please outside investors, the Yuenglings doubled down on their isolationist financial strategic model. They understood that once you invite the public into your boardroom, you lose the ability to think across multiple generations. Their philosophy is simple: work hard, stay efficient, and protect the core engine from the distractions of modern corporate life. The financial engine of this enterprise is a masterclass in organic compounding, without the corrosive influence of expensive outside debt. When Dick took over in 1985, the brewery produced a mere 137,000 barrels annually. He transformed this dying machine into a 2.8 million barrel powerhouse, representing an increase of 2,000%. This machine is fueled by operating leverage, where fixed costs are spread across a massive and growing regional retail footprint. The acquisition of a Tampa plant in 1999 provided 54 acres and 4 artesian wells for growth. Completing the Mill Creek facility for over $50 million demonstrated their capacity to reinvest profits into high-scale infrastructure. With no outside investors to satisfy, the company retains every single dollar of net profit for reinvestment and strategic days. The peak net worth of the patriarch reached $1.9 billion. While the enterprise itself is worth considerably more due to its total dominance in the lager market, where ordering a beer simply means ordering a Yuengling. The technical breakdown of their wealth reveals a concentration in durable industrial assets rather than speculative financial market instruments today. By owning every share, Dick controls the entire value chain from the mountain caves to the delivery trucks in Pennsylvania. This vertical control allows for extreme cost efficiency and a moat that competitors cannot easily breach through mere marketing spend. They survived the complete collapse of the anthracite coal economy by pivoting their target demographic while maintaining their core equipment. The financial milestones achieved under the current leadership ranks among the greatest turnaround stories in American business history for years. They proved that a dying regional brand can become a billion-dollar giant through discipline and very careful asset management. The engine remains private, with no quarterly earnings calls to answer. This lack of transparency is a strategic choice for the family. It allows them to suffer through industry downturns without being forced to cut costs that would damage the quality of their lager. The machine runs on the fuel of patient capital and a refusal to participate in the madness of the markets. The crucible of this dynasty began in 1831, when a catastrophic fire destroyed the original Eagle Brewery location. David Gottlob Yuengling, a 23-year-old immigrant, rebuilt from nothing by moving to a new site on Mahanongo Street. This site became a strategic fortress, with direct access to Sharp Mountain for the hand-dug lagering tunnels and caves. Prohibition was the second, and perhaps greatest dark night of the soul for the family and the entire American industry. While 1,300 breweries closed their doors forever, Frank Yuengling pivoted to ice cream on the very day the law passed. He kept the yeast cultures alive through medicinal porter loops, ensuring that the company was ready to pour once legal. The 1980s brought the family to the brink of bankruptcy as the coal industry died and national giants attacked. Revenue fell to $6 million, while the patriarch sometimes dipped into personal savings to cover the weekly payroll costs. Dick left the company for 11 years to learn the wholesale trade before returning to buy the business from father. By analyzing these failures, Dick understood that the company could not survive as a generic commodity in the beer world. He introduced the traditional amber lager using pre-Prohibition recipes to create a unique flavor profile that stood apart clearly. This strategic moat was built during the darkest period of their history, proving that setbacks are the seeds of success. I would love to hear about your own experiences with major setbacks or professional failures in the comments section below. Do you believe that a crucible is necessary to build a durable system of wealth? Or can success be achieved without the pain of a major defeat in your life? Please share your insights on the resilience of family systems. Setbacks are analyzed as data points rather than purely emotional events. When the mines closed, the family did not complain, they adapted. This ability to view the world through a lens of survival is what allowed them to outlast at least 12 regional competitors. Pottsville is a boom town that went bust, but Yuengling remains the sole survivor through the fires of the century. The secret sauce of Yuengling is a combination of historical authenticity and a unique management principle of earned merit today. The hand-dug caves, excavated over 10 years by coal miners, maintain a constant 50 degrees for the lagering process. This infrastructure is a technical moat that no modern marketing capital can replicate because it is rooted in 19th century work. Competitors like the Stroh family destroyed $700 million through reckless national expansion and a total lack of discipline. Yuengling, however, focused on geographic dominance and a slow build that prioritized the family name over the flash of fame. Their purchase versus inherit tradition ensures that every new leader has a skin in the game that outsiders can never match. The hand-dug tunnels represent America's first man cave and act as a physical manifestation of the founders' stubborn determination. By refusing to use explosives during the excavation, David protected the structural integrity of the brewery for nearly 2 centuries. This level of patient long-term thinking is the hallmark of old money habits that build empires that truly last. Regional loyalty is a moat that is reinforced by the fact that ordering a lager in Pennsylvania needs no specification. The brand has become synonymous with the state identity itself, making it a difficult target for national giants to dislodge. They offer a premium dark green bottle look at a domestic price point that captures the value-seeking consumer perfectly. Management principles at the brewery focus on long-term preservation goals. Dick arrives long before dawn and walks the production floors daily. He does not learn to use a cell phone until his late 60s because he values direct communication over digital noise. This management style creates a culture of accountability and deep respect among the workers whose families have served for generations. The moat is also protected by the refusal to take debt. With no interest payments, the brewery can survive years of decline. This financial fortress allows them to wait out the national giants. While others are forced to sell to global conglomerates, Yuengling remains independent and fully owned by a single family unit. This independence is the ultimate secret sauce for long-term survival. The global adaptation of this empire in the modern era is driven by a strategic joint venture with Molson Coors. This allows the family to expand to 30 states without diluting their ownership or taking on massive amounts of debt. They use data from wholesale distributorships to map out new territories while keeping the core production entirely under family control. Strategic pivots like the introduction of the Golden Lager or the acquisition of the Tampa plant show an adaptive spirit. They reach beyond the dying coal mines to find new markets in Florida and the entire eastern seaboard of America. While they remain grounded in Pottsville, their reach is truly national through the clever use of partner distribution and networks. The transition from a father-to-son lineage to a female-led future represents a massive shift in the story. The four daughters are preparing to lead the company into its third century by finding their own niches within operations. They use information systems and modern marketing research to stay relevant in a beer industry that faces many new challenges today. Invite you to subscribe to Old Money Habits 7 for more strategic deep dives into the world of durable wealth. Our channel is a hub for those who value the systems and the discipline required to maintain a high legacy. Join our community of thinkers who seek to build something that stands the test of time and many global shifts. Adaptation requires a balance of tradition and modern data points. The sisters launched a Women in Brewing scholarship to build talent. This move shows they understand the changing demographics of the industry. They are professional beer drinkers who recognize that the eagle must evolve to reach the next generation of American consumers everywhere. The joint venture provides the data to win the West. By keeping the Pottsville plant as a historical artifact, they maintain the brand's soul while the newer plants handle volume. This dual-track strategy allows for global scale without losing the local charm that made them famous in the beginning. Strategic pivots are executed with a surgical precision that protects the family billion-dollar fortune from unnecessary market risks always. The governance of this brewery is the most closely guarded secret of the Yuengling dynasty and its long-term survival. Succession is not a matter of birthright but a transaction where the next generation must buy out the previous owner. Dick purchased the company from his ailing father at full market value following the family tradition that ownership is earned. This corporate constitution prevents the rot of entitlement that destroys most family fortunes by the third generation of the heirs. The four daughters, Jennifer, Wendy, Debbie, and Cheryl, have spent decades working through the ranks from the warehouse to operations. One sister oversees order services and IT, while another manages the administrative functions and the entire employee engagement and culture. By assigning a clear decision-maker with 51% ownership, Dick ensures that the company will not be paralyzed. This meritocratic governance model ensures that the leader is always fully committed to the survival of the enterprise and workers. It is a ruthless but effective system that has outlasted virtually every other regional brewery in the entire American history. I am curious to hear your views on meritocracy versus inheritance in family business legacies in the comments section below. Do you think that children should have to buy their parents' companies to ensure they are truly committed and disciplined? Or is a gifted inheritance the better way to preserve the family wealth across the many generations of your life? The daughters quipped that their father is not going to die, and Dick added, he will live for his grandchildren. This long-term biological and financial view is what defines the old money habits of the truly durable global elite. They do not think in quarters, they think in centuries, ensuring the eagle flies forever over the Mahanongo Street address. Governance ensures that the dusty Toyota Camry remains a symbol. It signals that the family prioritizes the business over vanity. When you own 100%, you do not need to show off your wealth to impress the outside world. The internal constitution of the Yuenglings is built on humility and a deep respect for the labor that created them. The architectural synthesis of the Yuengling story reveals that durable wealth is a result of systems rather than mere luck. By prioritizing independence and regional loyalty, they have built a fortress that is shielded from the volatility of Wall Street. Expert recommendations suggest that discipline is the only way to maintain a lasting legacy in a rapidly changing global world. The lessons from America's oldest brewery are clear: work hard, stay efficient, and never compromise the soul of the business. By owning every share, the family retains the power to say no to reckless expansion and the corrosive debt cycles. True luxury is the security of a legacy that survives fire and prohibition and the total collapse of local economies. Please remember that this is for educational and historical reference only, and is not financial or medical advice of any kind. In this video, our goal is to analyze the strategic decisions of the wealthy to improve our own lives. Together we explore the invisible structures that create the visible success we see in the families that endure for centuries. We are grateful for your time and for joining us on this strategic deep dive into the world of Yuengling. We value your participation in our community of thinkers who seek to build legacies that stand the test of time. Let us build a better life by learning from the habits of the durable and the disciplined old money elite. The eagle still flies over Pottsville because the family chose to buy their destiny through hard work and consistent merit. The caves remain a chill reminder of the long effort required to build wealth that lasts across the generations today. Stay focused on your system, and the results will follow as you improve your life and the lives of others. Build your own life on the principles of earned responsibility. Do not wait for a gift that might corrupt you. Create a moat around your own life through discipline today. The Yuengling family has proven that the old ways work. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again in the next episode of Old Money Habits 7 here.